Hello everyone, this is Diane. I have a few minutes again to work on this smash book, and I did a little bit. I couldn't film at the time, but I just did a little bit without you. I think when I left off, I had this envelope here and I was going to attach it to this page, so I did that. I think I used this to glue it down because there's glitter on this cardstock, and sometimes it's hard for glues to adhere to that, but this worked very well, the 3-in-1 by Beacon. And then I adhered this to show that there's good stuff in this envelope, and there will be when the owner of the envelope puts something in it. This is one of the envelopes that Julie Mangold made out of a magazine or calendar page or something. So there's that, and I might stamp an image on there when I do the stamping. And for this page, this was 2 pages, and I glued them together along the top and the bottom. I didn't glue this part because it will be bound into the book, so it will form a pocket. And I punched a thumb hole here with my circle punch. And I thought I would glue this on as a little embellishment. Maybe I'll glue it on as a tuck spot. Yeah, that'll make a nice tuck spot. So we'll just go ahead and apply the glue. Had a very busy weekend. I got to go up to got to go up to Buffalo, New York with my sister on a bus trip to see the Phantom of the Opera. She had never seen it. I saw it in Toronto years ago. There, now we got a little tuck spot here, and then she can put something larger inside here, and it will be bound in. Maybe I'll put something on this side, but I don't know yet. I think I will. I kind of was pulling stuff out and thinking about things while I was up here when I had a few minutes, and I thought I would put this on as a tab because this is a shorter page, so it won't be sticking out too far. Oh goodness. So I will put some glue on there. So it was a really good show and a fun bus trip, and now we want to do another one. Okay, so there's a little tab on this, and then the rest of the page will be for gluing pictures or tickets or whatever you want to glue. And then I took another envelope that Julie made for me and glued it here. I had to put it off to the right because you have to be mindful that there will be a 1/2 inch taken up with the holes for the binding. And I left it open at the top so that there's a tag in here. I'll put something in that, and then she can put something inside there. And that's where I left off, and I have to do something to this page. I don't know what. I don't know if I'll glue something to it or stamp something on it. We'll see. I'm just kind of doing a quick run through of it first, and then go back through and see what I want to do. This is a piece I made with my Cricut a long time ago. It's supposed to look like a luggage tag. And then this flaps open and you can write on it. So I was trying to decide if I want to just glue it on here like that, you know, put a brad or something in here and glue it on, or if I want to flip this to the back and put a brad in it, and then have a little paper clip here to hold this shut. I haven't decided, so I think I'll wait on that. What do I want to do here? I was thinking of maybe taking one of my colored index cards. Let's see which color I want. Yellow one maybe. and gluing it on as a little pocket, and that way you can journal on the card and then tuck something inside it. Still have room up here to glue something. I don't want to have so many pockets that you don't have the room that you want to glue your items on. So I'll think about that too. I might as well get my stamps out. I don't know what stamps I'm going to use, but I've got lots of blank. Goodness, I don't know what's making me cough. Lots of blank white pages. Maybe I should put that pocket there. Yeah, I think I'll do that and leave this one just for gluing photos. Put a little space between pockets. It's a little strange going from making junk journals to smash books because I just want to decorate everything. This one is going to be another pocket, just a little smaller than that gingham one. So I will punch a hole, or a thumb pull, and then glue the sides. This is something I would do on the sewing machine if my sewing machine worked. I thought I was going to take it to Joann's tomorrow, but my niece works there, and I asked her if they do have people that come in and get the machines and work on them, and she said no, not at her store. So I don't know what I'm going to do. We don't have people are suggesting going to places that repair vacuum cleaners because they usually do sewing machines too, but there is nothing in my area that does that. So I guess there's a Joann's a little bit further away that I could try, but I had been thinking I wanted to upgrade my sewing machine eventually. I didn't want to do it right now, but I might have to. So I asked my niece to let me know when Joann's has a good sale on sewing machines. In the meantime, I might be able to borrow my daughter's machine if she can find the cord for it, because she never sews, or my sister's old machine. I have to get a machine. I'm trying to decide if I want to put something on the back here. Maybe I'll just put a photo mat here. Yeah, I think I'll do that. What will I use for a photo mat? I think I'll look for a piece of solid cardstock. Yellow or green, maybe. I've got my drawer full of cardstock scraps. If I can find one big enough in the right color. I'll show you. This is my drawer full of cardstock scraps, the colored ones. I have another drawer that's neutral. Brown and black and white. Tan. Well, I don't see any of the color I want, so I'll get a full sheet and cut it down. I don't see any yellow. Probably have some yellow in my 12 by 12s, but I'll look for something here. Well, greens are hard to match. I think I like this one the best. So this measures 5.5 inches. So I think I'll make it, let's see, 5.5 by 7. So let's try 4 by 6 and see how that looks on it. That's a good size. I haven't used my photo corner punch in a long time. So this punches slots so that you can just slot a photo into it without having to glue it. See if I can line it up properly. That's pretty. I don't know where that came from. I think it was stuck up on the shelf with this, and I haven't used it in a very long time. It just came fluttering down with this. That's gorgeous. I wonder what I'll use that for. There, so you can put whatever you want to on there. There's a pocket here, and then a photo mat on the back. All right, what else can I put in this book? I think I'll just leave this one plain. Maybe I want it this way so there's not so much pattern here. Yeah, that looks good. I think I'll just put that up there. I wouldn't mind being able to finish this book tonight. I'd like to make 2 smash books this week, but I'll have some time in the morning, I think, tomorrow. I'm just looking at the fun envelopes here that Julie made. Oh, I have this one too. The smash book. Oh, that's too wide. I could bind it in. I think I'll do that at some point. I'll bind that in because it has a back, a decorated back too. So I'll find a place to put that. This one flaps open to add some things to. Maybe I'll stamp a journaling stamp over here and find something decorative for here. Maybe I'll just trim some of that. This is a pretty piece of paper. 10 inches. Yeah, I think that looks pretty. Well, I've talked about this kind of ATG tape that I got by mistake, and that I don't like this kind, but you get 2 rolls of it in a pack, and I'm on the 2nd pack now, so I'll be glad when it's gone. Oh, you want to see me. At least with the gingham, you have something to line it up with. See how that looks. shorter page. They're both a little shorter, so this page here shows and this page here shows. So you got quite a bit of pattern here, but I like it. Nothing is too overpowering. Maybe this is where I'll stick this. It fits in the book, just if I attach it to a page, then the holes would be punched through it. And I don't want to do that. So I'll just add that there. And add that there. It's nice to be able to use up some of these because I like them, but they don't go with the style of junk journals that I normally make. Sometimes I use more modern looking things, but I think smash books are fun to make. There we go. Well, looking at my envelopes again, I'll let you see them. That's a pretty one. That looks nice. I like this kitten one. But that, I don't want to glue it down. This one was even made from, looks like a vintage book, but it's got black and white pictures on it. Oh. Yeah, the backs of the envelopes are pretty and I don't want to cover them. I think this is one that I made. This is one I could bind in too, but I don't know how many envelopes I want to bind in. I did 2 of the pockets with the pages glued together, and I have the calendar pocket. So maybe I'll add this in. That would be fun in a nice big envelope. I'll just make sure they're spaced out kind of evenly. Well, what else do we have? This one says dream big, and this one says hello. I like that one. Hello. I'm just going to leave this as it is, bicycles, and then they can, whoever gets this journal can decorate it the way they want to. I think I'll do another pocket made with the cutoffs. Let's see what I have here. That one might work. Or that one. That one's fun. What do you think? I actually think I like the dice, and it's a sturdier paper too. So, I think we'll go with the dice, and I'm sorry if you were telling me to try one of the other ones, because I couldn't hear you. cutting it about 3 inches. I like that depth for a pocket. Actually, on a smash page, it could have been a little deeper, but that's okay. Forgot how wide my pages are. 6.5. I think I'm going to show you a different way to put a pocket on instead of just gluing it flat to the page. I cut it a little bit wider than it needs to be for this. And this is how I do it. I get my scoring board, or you can just score it however you score things. And score it at 1/2 inch. I'll do it this way. So that's a 1/2 inch. I can fold it in, and I want to make sure it's 6.5 or less. So that's why I fold in this edge so I can see where the 6.5 inch mark is. Okay, so I think I'll do just a little bit under the 6 inch mark, and that way the binding will miss it. So this pocket is smaller than 6 inches, so it should miss the binding. Yeah, so the binding can go here and it won't hit the pocket. And then I would do the same to the bottom. I think I will, even though I cut the pocket a little bit shorter than I needed to. I'm only going to do 1/4 inch at the bottom just because I cut it short, but I do want to show you how I do this. Oops. I've got to move this where I can see it better. Okay, so I just did 1/4 inch there. Then, probably most of you already know this, but those of you who don't, you see my score lines here and here. I just angle it a little across there so that when you fold it, it doesn't bunch up. And you can do it different ways. You can just snip it here and then snip it here at a slight angle like that, and then fold it up and fold the sides in. And I'm going to use glue for this because of the shininess. I don't know if the tape runner would stick. And like I said, I don't use tape runner for... I've got to trim this a little more because I didn't get it quite to the corner and it was bunchy. I don't use tape runner for pockets because things can get stuck in them, but because the cards won't be touching these will just be touching the paper and the cards will slide in here. I could use tape runner, but because of the glossiness of some of these images, I'm going to use my glue. So there is a pocket that's a little bit looser from the page. It's not flat up against the page. There's a little bit more room in there. And another time I'll show you how I make a gusseted pocket. Okay. And that's the last page. So I think I'll stick that on there. Dream big. And then I'll stop this video and I'll get my stamps out and do some stamping. And then, depending on what time it is, maybe I will show you how I bind it. Someone asked me what size rings I use. I use 1 inch because I had ordered them a long time ago online, and you can get 1 1/4 inches and maybe even 1 1/2, but they cost so much more because you can't buy them in bulk. So I use the 1 inch. So there. We will go through and do the stamping and then see what else we want to add to this book, and then we will bind it. Thanks for watching.